guys, today I'm here to do a book review, and that is going to be for Truthwitch by Susan Dennard, and I am so excited. This was a really good book. I'm so glad that I finally read it. Like, it's been one that I've been wanting to read for the longest time, and so many people rave about this book, and I just wanted to read it, and I finally did, and I'm like, oh my god. It was so good. Like, there's so many good characters and a great story and plot, but like, oh my god, I'm like dying. Like, it's honestly such a great book, and I really want to read Witch, but these are buddy reads for me, so I did read this book with two of my friends, and we're going to read the next book at some point, so I have to wait, and I'm just like, my heart is breaking, but like, it was such a good book. And I'm also going to say there's going to be spoilers in this video, so probably don't watch it if you haven't read the book because you don't want to be spoiled, but yes, I am excited to get into the book review. Just like, I'm going to start my book review with the downfall of this book because it's the easiest way to talk about it, because everything else is amazing, but this is just the one downfall, and that is that this book is so confusing. Like, the world building and the development of the magic and just the where everything is and who everyone is too confusing. There is too much going on, so I really am confused. Like, I still don't know really who is who and what's what and what. Like, it's very hard to know who comes from which kingdom and who is actually the princess or the princesses or the emperors, because there's the emperor and the empress and the prince and the princess and probably lords and then the doms, and then it's like, and two of like the empress and the princess of two different kingdoms have very similar names that both start with V's, so I'll be reading it like, why is this character doing this when they're this, and then it's like, there's two of them. What even? Like, I seriously haven't read anything this confusing since Strain the Dreamer, which confused me to no end, and I don't like it. But at least there was 4 amazing main characters that, like, you can just look past all that other crap and focus on these main characters. But I'm just, like, it's one of the most confusing things I've ever read. So I'm just gonna go into detail a bit about my feelings of each of the 4 main characters now, because they're all amazing and I love them. But let's start talking about them. So Safi is our first character, and she is so headstrong and impulsive and crazy and just brave. And her witchery is being a truth witch, so she can tell lies from truth and all that kind of stuff, and she just gets feelings about people, and I think that's a pretty cool witchery, but it's really not good for her to have because it's so rare that people either want to enslave her or kill her. So the only person that really knows about it is the people that are around her, and Iseult, is that how you say it? Iseult? I can't even, I'm like, is that? It just doesn't even have a word in my brain, but it's Iseult. Safi is so much more than just being a truth witch. She's so brave, and she's a really good fighter, and she's very good at talking herself out of situations and finding the right connections to talk about with people, which is very cool. And when it was revealed that Safi had to marry the Emperor of Katora, Henrik, I was so shook, man. I was like, what even? She is the Donna of that kingdom, but I don't get why she has to marry this guy, so he obviously knows about her truth witchery. I'm just saying, like, I loved how that's how the story started though, is you kind of get a little bit of all these characters, and then it only goes down when Safi is taken after this announcement and like stowed away on Merrick's ship, and she is gone, scared they aren't gonna get her, and she is like practically running for her life through the whole book and fighting off people, and it's very interesting and cool. Like, this book seriously kept having so many turns and twists and different angles and directions, and I really didn't know where it was gonna go. Like, I thought it was just going to be like a certain type of story, then it changed again, then it changed again, and then at the end it's like, holy shit. And like, Safi developed so beautifully in this book. Like, at first she was so selfish and impulsive. She didn't really have concerns for anyone except for Iseult, I can't say it, Iseult, who is her thread sister, so she kind of cares about her, but everyone else, she didn't care if she caused drama or whatever, but she really learned to be less selfish and to actually care about other people and do things for them, and she sacrificed her life so Merrick could get more contracts and have more trade with people, which is so like crazy for her to do. Now that she is with the Empress and Vastoki, she had to give up her freedom to be with the Empress so that she could help Merrick, and now she's going to be stuck with this lady. It's going to be interesting to see what she does, but like, she just has a great character and she's so cool. There was actually so much going on for Iseult in this book. Like, she is shunned for her heritage and is always kind of in the background, but I do love that Safi's always like, oi, shut up, she is my best friend and you do not say shit about her. But it's like something that, it's like, there's always going to be a race, I think, in fantasy books that are going to get shunned for the way they look or act or whatever, or where they come from. Iseult is a part of this race, which is very annoying, but I do like that she is so strong. But she's such a calm person, and she's actually a thread witch, so she can see everything that binds people and the connections they have and what they're feeling at all times, and she can tell when people have died or when they're being possessed, and she's got a lot of powers. But she doesn't have the full extent of powers of a thread witch, but she does have a lot of power, and I feel like she's gonna have some stuff revealed about her in later books that she actually has more power than anyone even knows. Izult's clan is also like full of crazies, and they're trying to like kill her and her mum and this other chick called Alba, and they escape, and then Izult gets an arrow in the arm that's got poison on it, so a lot of the time she's on the ship like dead, but like not really. And Izult is also played by this person called the Puppeteer, and we don't know anything about this character except the Raider King is like sort of connected, and Izult can actually like talk to this person through her dreams, and like this person can steal memories and shit from her and like find out things about her, and actually this is what led to a lot of people getting killed at the end of the book. A lot of people cleaved, which is like, I don't really understand it, but it's like if your magic gets too much for you, you just explode and die or something. Like I don't even know, but a lot of people died. The Puppeteer person was just there over a distance just like cleaving like this because they're the Puppeteer, and they're just cleaving and ripping them threads up, and I was like, interesting. Izult is really clever and calm and really the opposite of Safi, even though they're like thread sisters. They're total opposites of each other, but that brings together a really good bond because they have every aspect of a good relationship, and you know, having the calm and the headstrong and the soft and the weak, you know, it's all together, so everything is covered, and I like that. Izult does seem to have a battle going on inside her though, because with this old idea with the Puppeteer and her magic, she also seems to have this light and darkness in her, and she doesn't really know what she wants to follow, and it's just eternally going and going, and I just can't wait to see that elaborated on more. Merrick is the hot, brooding pirate, and I love him. Honestly, he is amazing. He's a great captain and a great prince, and he cares so much about his people, and he will do whatever he can for them because he needs trade, because they are literally starving. He needs trade, he needs people, he needs weapons, he needs food, he just needs to protect his people, and like so many things are stopping him from doing that. And Merrick will fight for what he wants, and he doesn't care if he has to lock up Adoma to do that. He will do what he needs to do to save his people, and he will put people in their place so that everyone respects him still, and he has the people that he needs around him, but he's just so amazing. And he also doesn't shy away from pain or emotions. Like, he will show his emotions, and he's not so stony, but like he's not afraid of that, and I love it. I also love that he is just a regular wind witch. Like, he doesn't have like really like cool like, ooh, I'm the prince and I have superpowers, and like I'm an extra wind witch. He's just an average wind witch, and he's still hecka awesome. Cullen is actually the one that has the really good powers, but he has bad lungs and like asthma, so he's trying to do all this stuff with wind, and he can't even breathe, and it's so sad and awesome at the same time, but it's really sad. And I love the friendship between Merrick and Cullen because they are thread brothers, so they understand each other, and they're just as beautiful. And just saying, I do not think Cullen is dead. I am not accepting this because we didn't see him cleave, we didn't see a body, and he just got swept up in his storm, so I hope he's off somewhere. And I'm pretty sure that Ruba has gone after him because she just disappeared at the end of the book. She was the only one that Merrick could have had comfort in because Ruba is Cullen's heartmate, so Ruba is gone, so she's obviously gone off to get Cullen, is what I'm expecting. So maybe they'll come back in like book 4 or something, I don't know, but they need to come, they need to be together and like he not be dead. Aiden is a really terrifying character, but he is so hot-headed, he gets angry at everything that it's funny. Aiden is a Aedwin. You know, I'm calling him Aiden, it's not, it's Aedwin. Aedwin. So Aedwin is a blood witch, and everyone is so fearful of him because he can control people's blood and his eyes are all red, and he's also a Carawan monk, and Aiden can't die. Like, Aedwin got stabbed in the heart and pushed off a lighthouse and still didn't die. Like, he just like heals while he's unconscious and wakes up and he's still in pain, but like seriously, he got stabbed in the heart twice in this book from 2 different people and he didn't die, and it was so crazy. So my favourite scene of Aedwin was when he like was trying to find a horse so that he could chase after Safi and Izult, and he could not find one, and he's just like, I am the only goddamn person in this whole entire planet who cannot find a horse, and I'm like, yeah, you're so funny and I love you. But like, I seriously have so many questions about Aedwin. He's the one that has the most questions, and I'm just like, what even about his life and his upbringing, and like, he's a prince, he's like the son of this Raider King, he has ties with the Puppeteer and the Raider King, and they ultimately have to be the top villains, right? And like, why did he become a monk? Like, why did he choose this path? And why is he a blood witch? And why doesn't his father want to use him? Like, there's so many things happening, and it's only the first book, and it's all it's just killing me because I need to know what's going on. Side character I just want to talk about is Yvraine. She is so awesome, and she is a water witch, and she is the one that heals Izult, and she has connections to Aedwin, and also has connections to Izult because she saved her 6 years ago when she ran away from her clan the first time. So like, she got the connections, and she's also Merrick's auntie, and it's like, what even? I was also so worried at the end that Yvraine was actually going to die, and Aedwin saved her and took her to the water well, and I was like, yes, she's safe. Awesome. Safi and Merrick's relationship is everything to me and I love it so much. They hated each other so much and yelled so much when they first met and it was so funny, but you could see the heat between them from the first page and I was like, I love it. They have so much chemistry and Isolde and Cullen can see it and they don't believe them and it's beautiful. Like the hate to love relationship is everything to me. Like that is my favorite trope and in this book it is a thing and I love it so much. I hated that they finally kissed, like they finally resolved to this big passionate kiss and now they're apart. Like honestly, like they were together and now they are not together and I'm upset. So hopefully they'll be together again in the next book because it's just like this relationship has only just started but I just need more. In Isolde and Edwin's relationship, it was so awesome and it's not as much as Safi and Merrick's relationship. Isolde and Edwin's relationship still needs to develop a lot, but I feel like maybe book 2, book 3 is where it's going to really be like, hell yeah, but I love it so much because they totally balance each other. Like with Isolde being so calm and with Edwin being so hot-headed, like they will balance each other and really work well as a relationship and they have saved each other countless times. Even though they keep saying we're going to kill each other, they don't and it's amazing. I just can't wait to see this elaborated on more. And I think book 2 there's going to be more relationship here because they're going to spend a lot of time together because they have to sort of reluctantly work together and I'm like, yes, reluctance is everything to me in the relationships. Both relationships were amazing and I don't even know if I have a favorite because they're so beautiful. It's just one was more developed than the other with the amount of time they were actually together, but love it so much. Also, just the last thing I want to say is I totally think that Safi and Isolde are totally going to be the Car Arwen or whatever it is and they're going to be the pair of the light and the evil. They're going to bring the happiness or danger or evil or good to the land and I'm so excited for this and like Irvine totally believes it and they woke up the water well, so I feel like the rest of the series they're going to have to go around waking up the other wells and bring the magic back and have everything happening and just yes. So this is definitely an amazing book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's great and everyone needs to read it, but I'm so glad that it has like at least 22,000 readings on Goodreads, but more people need to read this book. It's just a thing that needs to happen. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this book review. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you guys later. Bye!